The first time the idea was mentioned, Ethan laughed. "You're joking, right?" But Sophia wasn't. Married for 8 years, they still loved each other. But something was missing. The sex, though good, had lost the urgency of the early years. The nights were predictable, the touches automatic. Then she proposed. "What if we opened the relationship?" Ethan thought it was just a phase, a passing whim. But as the days went by, he realized the idea stirred something inside him. The forbidden had always been seductive, and Sophia knew it. They agreed on some rules. No emotional involvement. Just fun. Just sex. It was supposed to be simple, but it never is. First transgressions, the first time was cautious. A discreet bar, exchanged glances, an unknown couple. Sophia, nervous, let Ethan take the lead. The touches were hesitant at first, but soon became something more. The adrenaline of the new, of the forbidden, took hold of them. And that night, for the first time in years, they felt something different. Desire returned. The feeling of possession and loss intoxicated them. When they got home, starving for each other, they made love as if it were the first time. Ethan thought it was perfect, until it wasn't enough anymore. The dangerous game time passed, and the encounters became frequent. What was once a spark turned into fire. Ethan started noticing something different about Sophia. She smiled more. Her body always seemed to be on edge. And most of all, her eyes shone in a way he hadn't seen in a long time. That should have been a good thing. But then one night he realized. She was enjoying it too much. More than him. More than she should. That's when Liam appeared. He wasn't part of the casual encounters. He wasn't just another one. Liam was a man Sophia met alone. Without Ethan. Without rules. And everything changed. Desire out of control. The first time Ethan saw Sophia with Liam was by accident. He got home early and heard muffled sounds coming from the bedroom. His heart pounded. He knew what it was, but he never expected to see it. Sophia, naked, straddling another man. Her lips parted in a moan Ethan hadn't heard in years. He should have felt anger, betrayal, but all he felt was a scorching heat, a sickening desire. He should have walked away, but he stayed and watched. And in the end, he hated himself for liking it. Breaking the rules from that day on, everything became a twisted game. Sophia didn't know Ethan had seen, but he saw everything. The messages on her phone, the smile she tried to hide, the way she came home satisfied while he starved. And then Ethan broke the rules too. He started seeing another woman. It wasn't just sex. He wanted Sophia to feel the same poison he felt. And he succeeded. The first time she saw him kissing Olivia, her eyes burned. But she didn't say a word. She just smiled. And that destroyed him. More than any jealous outburst ever could. Because it meant the game was over. And no one had won. The price of pleasure, the marriage became a silent battlefield. Angry sex. Touches loaded with desire and resentment. Nights where they didn't know if they wanted to love or destroy each other. And then the inevitable happened. One night, Sophia didn't come home. Ethan called. Sent messages. Nothing. When he finally found her, she was with Liam. And for the first time, it wasn't desire he saw in her eyes. It was tenderness. It was love. He tried to laugh. Tried to pretend it didn't hurt. But Sophia just lowered her gaze and whispered, "I can't stop anymore." The game had shifted. And now he was the loser. The end, or the beginning. The relationship that started as an experiment turned into an addiction. And every addiction has a price. Ethan should have let her go. But he couldn't. Because, in the end, he was trapped too. Trapped by desire. Trapped by danger. Trapped by her. And some things are good precisely because they're bad.